Brother Faris, he said he's a medical student. He says in our country, during the final years, students used to practice in hospitals and treat patients as a part-time job before completing their degree. And we know that this is against the law in our country. But still the students wanted to do some pocket money, and that's why they practice as doctors, but they are not graduated doctors yet. Is that permissible? Let me take these calls first, then inshallah I'll be happy to answer this question. Assalamu alaikum. We have a very important question before we go for a break. The question which I presented in the beginning, Brother Faris, the medical students in their last year of college and before actually getting a degree. There is a big difference between having an experience and helping people, even your household. Somebody have flu, so you say, okay, take Zithromax or take Augmentin. Somebody is coughing, you prescribe this medication, because these are things in most countries over the shelf, over the counter, okay? And between a specialty which you're not certified to practice, then some private hospitals, private practices, they hire you for a night shift, like in the ER. You're wearing the white coat and you're wearing a name tag, doctor such and such. Sometimes people even would put the PR, professor such and such. And the person is not even graduated from a medical school yet. That is deceiving. And that is haram. It's perfectly fine to be an assistant doctor. No problem. I have not graduated yet. I'm here as an assistant doctor. I'm here as a nurse, an assistant nurse, so that my earning is lawful. But presenting yourself as a doctor and you're not certified doctor yet, that is lying and deceiving. And we all know that the Prophet ﷺ said to the man who's selling dates mixed dry and wet, he said, you should sort them out so that people know these are wet dates and those are dry dates, and they have two different prices. Then he remarked saying, Ya sahib at-tamri man ghasha falaysa minna. Whoever deceives is not one of us. That is deception. When you give yourself, or the hospital gives you the title doctor, and you're not a doctor, that is not permissible. There is a hadith which the scholars disputed regarding its authenticity. Sheikh Al-Albani, in his chain of sound hadith, judged it as hasan, or a fair narration, in which the Prophet ﷺ says, "Man tatabbaba bighayri ilmin fahuwa damin." There is another narration that says, "Man tatabbaba walam yu'lam minhu tibbun fahuwa damin." This hadith is right to the point. Man tatabbab, whoever presents himself as a tabib, as a doctor, to treat people, and he is not actually a doctor. So if anything happens by mistake as a result of that, like he prescribed the wrong medication or an overdose, and the patient expired or his health deteriorated, he's liable. He's liable because he is not a doctor. This is what the narration says. It will be perfectly fine if you introduce yourself as, in the residency maybe, or finishing last year of medical school, and you can earn accordingly, because there are a lot of things, in a few months you will graduate and you will have your internship and you will be a doctor, an MD. You're capable to prescribe medication within certain limits. But professionalism is something that Islam recognizes, respects, and honors, and we have to respect likewise.